Grumpy Princess. Meg turned red as Sarah Ferguson takes thinly veiled dig at old look after losing deal. Prince Andrew's ex-wife Sarah Ferguson has seemingly took a thinly veiled jibe at Meghan Markle as she said no one wants to see a grumpy princess. The Duchess of York originally gave this important piece of advice to her daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, but some think she's also helped or taunted Meghan Markle with her words. Ferguson revealed that she always tells her daughters to smile when they're in the public eye while talking about etiquette tricks and tips on the latest episodes of her podcast, Tea Talks with the Duchess and Sarah. She said, "I always say to my girls, when you're out on the public stage, smile. And if you don't want to be polite, don't go out onto the public stage, because no one wants to see a grumpy princess. You've heard me say that many times." Ferguson's words come after Meghan Markle's recent outing, in which she appeared grumpy after losing her Spotify deal. Ferguson went on to say, "So I think the most important thing is you've got to get your game on." The Duchess was seen without her usual beaming smile during her recent outing following the news that her Archetypes podcast has not been renewed for a second season on Spotify. She looked tense as she stepped out without her husband and children in Montecito. Prince Harry's wife Meghan was spotted without her usual beaming smile during her recent outing following the news that her Archetypes podcast will not be renewed. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are not working members of the royal family. They both have jobs and earn their own income like Meghan Markle. In addition to passing etiquette lessons to her daughters, the Duchess of York was one of the people who helped Meghan Markle do her first curtsy upon meeting the Queen. The Duchess of Sussex, who featured on an edition of The Cut, claimed that she knows young girls see her as a real-life princess, sparking reaction from outspoken TV presenter Piers Morgan, who said, "Meghan is still very aware that people see her as a princess. It's important to be thoughtful about it. There are little girls that I meet, and they're just like, oh my god, it's a real-life princess." A wave of criticism directed at the Duchess of Sussex after the collapse of her podcast deal with Spotify has gathered pace, with the leading Hollywood agent labeling Meghan untalented. Jeremy Zimmer, chief executive of the United Talent Agency, reportedly made the comments during a discussion on podcasting and the role of celebrities at an advertising festival in Cannes, France. According to a report by the Semaphore website, an interview apparently turned to Meghan and the termination of the $20 million deal she and her husband Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, signed with Spotify for their Archwell company in 2020 to produce podcasts highlighting and elevating diverse perspectives and voices. Turns out Meghan Markle was not a great audio talent, or necessarily any kind of talent at all, Zimmer is quoted as saying. And just because you're famous doesn't make you great at anything. Last week, Bill Simmons, founder of the Ringer Podcast Network that he sold to Spotify in 2020 for $196 million, accused the Sussexes of being grifters in a profanity-laden speech on his own podcast. The Guardian has reached out to Zimmer and Archwell representatives for comment. Spotify scrapped the deal for the podcast Archetypes after only 12 episodes were made, featuring Meghan in conversations with friends and celebrities including Serena Williams, Mariah Carey, and Trevor Noah.